Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca from Rebecca Autry Creations, and I wanted to give you a couple of things that I am doing for my class. And the first thing I'm doing is when we have open house. Last year we didn't get to have open house. Well, we did, it was virtual. So I did send off the Hogwarts letters in the mail to my students. I do not have my roster yet, and I can have up to 120 students. I'm doing 4 classes this year. So we'll see, and each class is 30. So I haven't been able to get in my classroom yet, not till mid-August, because we do not start until that first week of September. So we still have plenty of time, but there are things that I do need to get prepped, including the welcome back, the open house thing. So the first thing is these bags. They come in, I think it's an 8-pack from Dollar Tree. They're in the party section, and I printed out the Hogwarts crest, laminated it and cut it out, and then just pasted it on here. So in this bag, so each student's gonna get one of these bags. The bag color depends on the house that they're sorted to. So I have a Google form that I send out. Once I get my roster, I email it to all the students, and then we use Parent Square, and I email it to the students, well, to the parents of the students and their guardians, as well as I post it in Google Classroom. So pretty much when we get the roster, Google Classroom also becomes available, and I can set that up. So when they come in for open house, they will get that. And in their bag, the first thing is the wand pencils. So these pencils are just regular pencils. I made it easier on myself because I've done it. This is my 3rd year doing these now. So I spray paint them completely black, and I do a whole bunch. So I might have 120. So I've done already 120 this summer. So I spray paint them black. It takes about, I don't know, about 30 minutes doing one side and then flipping them over and doing the other side. And then I have some silver. I really don't use a whole lot of silver paint or silver anything in my classroom, but for the wands, I think it just looks better with silver than it does with the gold. And so, well, I guess I need to back up. Before I spray paint them, I take glue. The little rocks are from Dollar Tree. They're just little gem rocks. And pretty much I can get about 80, I think it's about 80 out of one bag. So I just bought 2 bags, and I have plenty. There's different shapes and sizes, and it really doesn't matter the color that you use. I like to use the darker colors because it just, even if the paint comes off, it's easier to, well, I mean, it just kind of blends in, but the reds, blues, it doesn't really matter. So I'll glue that on, and you have to be very careful because they will pop off. So you have to use a lot of glue, hot glue. And then I just use hot glue and go all the way around and make my design. Let those dry. And then, so I do all those, do that first, and then I spray paint them. And then I take, my last step is getting them all silver. Last year I went ahead and sharpened the pencils, but I decided not to this year because that does take a long time, even with an electrical sharpener. But because I'm putting them in the bag and hopefully they'll be able to pick up the bag, I'm just leaving it like this. So that's the first thing that goes in their bag. The second thing that goes in their bag is, so you can see that, the platform 9 3/4. This is their ticket. So in the mail, when I get my roster, I will send out a letter saying that they will be, and I've modified it saying, you know, September, I think, what, come back 8, September 8, something like that. And I'll say Miss Autry's mathematical or arithmancy class, or well, I'll say pre-algebra class or math 8, because that's the class I teach. So, and then it has like our school information, that kind of things, and like just traditionally like what it said. And the thing it has, you know, their school supplies of what they would need for Hogwarts. My school supplies includes a binder, loose leaf paper, and index cards and pencils, and that's pretty much it. And I can go into that later as to how I do my things. So the new things that I have added to my welcome bag is this bookmark. So I got the idea from another, well, a crafter blogger who's all about Harry Potter, and she did the lightning strike as a bookmark. And so I accidentally printed out the Hogwarts crest, and somehow like the background's black, and because I don't like throwing things away and I like to find a way to use them, I went ahead and cut them out because I already printed 100 of these. So, or 120, I think 120, because I'm making sure that I have enough in case I do have 120 students. So I added them on here, and this is what it looks like without the crest. So I asked my daughter what she thought. So if you want to give me your opinion with or without the crest, I mean, either way. So, but they will get a lightning bolt bookmark. Obviously I'm a math teacher, so I really we don't do a lot of reading, but I do have a lot of readers. In case you didn't know, I work at a gifted center, and so many of my students, yes, they are gifted in math, but many are also gifted in other areas, and whether it be reading and writing, or whether it be the arts. So not all of my students, I do have some twice exceptional students who math is not their forte, and with gifted students, some students, I mean, they're all different, but some will get very fixated on, like if they found a great book that they want to read, that's all they will do. They won't do any of your work until they have finished that book. And so that's kind of why I do the Hogwarts theme, is because I have a lot of students who get fixated on certain things, and they do enjoy Harry Potter. My school had a Harry Potter club in the past, and last year we weren't able to do clubs because of COVID, but we're hoping to do clubs again this year, as well as group work and all that stuff. So I'm kind of excited. So anyways, I've just learned to know my students and how, I'm shaking that, how they respond and how I can help them. So the other thing I have are, what I'm so excited about, is these stickers. So they are the tie with the crest on it, and I have all 4 of them. And I actually made these myself. So I saw the idea of the bookmarks of doing these, and I thought, I know a lot of teacher bloggers have crickets. I don't have a cricket, I have a cameo. So cameo silhouette. I used to be a craft blogger, and I still have my blog. So RebeccaAutry.com. You can go to that, Rebecca Autry Creations, and see all of my former things I used to do. So I used to be into Vacation Bible School. Now my kids are getting older, and I'm now a teacher. And so I used to do all their themed birthday parties, and we would keep it under a certain budget. And so now I've taken that love of creating things into my classroom. And so again, those are the things that I'm gonna put in my welcome bag. So they get a sticker, and all these are done. I had a whole bunch, and I'll have to show you guys. I had this packet. I've had it for years. So it's the Avery 2x4 mailing labels. We used to use these a lot, and so I decided I'll just use them because they're already sticky on the back because they're labels, that I will go ahead and make stickers. And I got the idea of the self-laminating paper, but mine is actually just contact paper. So the contact paper can come off of these. But again, you know, it will say Avery on the bottom because it's Avery labels. So I just printed them out, and I did, because there's 10 labels to a sheet, but I can fit 2 of these on each label. So actually 20 to a sheet. So I printed them off, and then I put contact paper over them and then cut them out. So I have all of the 4, I'll show you guys again, all 4 of the different houses. So those were pretty cool. So it's just labels, contact paper, and then I cut them out. And then again, the platform 9 3/4, their ticket. And last year, these were printed on cardstock because I do not have cardstock this year. I could get some, but I didn't want to. So I just print them on paper. And also the cardstock I had last year was like a gold shimmery, and it was a cardstock. So they were thicker, so I just did those, but this is just regular paper. I printed them and then decided to go ahead and label them. And then again, my wand pencils. So I also give out wand pencils when a student gets a perfect score on their test or quiz for the first time, and it's throughout the entire year. So in Harry Potter, how I've added that is the prefects. So they get a prefect award. So their name goes up on my prefect board, and then they also get their wand pencil, saying that they are prefects. So ultimately I can have students who have gotten prefects. I did have 2 students, a set of twins, who I think we had 20 tests and quizzes, and all but one on both of them, they were able to get the things. But because we were virtual and they stayed virtual the entire year, they were not hybrid students, so they I did not have the wand pencils for them. However, that's something I'm going to change this year. And again, everything goes in these bags, and these bags are, again, from Dollar Tree. You get 8, I believe, in a packet, and they come in different colors. So there's not just the green, red, yellow, and blue that I use. They also have pink and purple and sometimes orange. So I've seen orange before. Anyways, that's where they come. So it really, I mean, it costs maybe about, I don't know, about $1 between everything. I mean, I use what I have on hand. So that is kind of what I do for my welcome package. Also, I'll have a little index card just in case in there for them to also, they have the information in case for whatever reason they didn't get their Hogwarts letter that I sent out to them before open house. I also like adding an index card at all the different tables. So I like doing group tables, but when parents come in for open house, I ask that they write a letter to their child. And the hopes is that when, you know, we have a major test for our district, that I will be able to hand those letters out. And students really enjoy getting those from their parents that say, you know, good luck on your test, or you got this, things like that. And it's just really encouraging, and students really enjoy that. So that's what I have for my welcoming package for open house. Other things that I hope to tell you guys about. Oh, I do want to show you guys one thing. Another thing that I've been doing, or two things. My pillows. These pillows, it's kind of big. All right, so the pillow, I actually got this pillow from a yard sale, and you can tell it's not fully finished, but it's just a pillow, like a throw pillow for thing. This is an old shirt, and it has seen better days, but instead of getting rid of it, I decided to go ahead and make it into a pillow. The other one is I got this shirt. It says I'm with Hermione as a gift, but unfortunately, because of COVID, obviously I've been home, I've put on some weight and it doesn't fit me, so I changed it into a pillow. So that's the other thing. So all of the pillows in my room, that's what I've done. The other thing is, and I have to retouch this up, but this is a little chair from Dollar Tree. It's in the toy section. It was pink. You get 2 for $1, and I just spray painted it gold. And the reason being is, well, I saw it on a Dollar Tree haul video, but they were talking about these, and I realized, you know, I have Harry, I have Ron, I have Dumbledore, and I have Hagrid. So I want to get Severus and I want to get Hermione, because I use them throughout my class. So a little bit about my class is my units are called explorations. Each exploration has challenges, which is a week, a span. So if a unit has 2 weeks, then it will have 2 challenges. And then within the challenges, I have levels. And so like Monday's level 1, and then all the way to Friday is level 5. So I do the grid method. Level 1 is the introduction of the topic. And so I will get into that a little bit later in another video, because that is in a whole system. So I do want to remind you, I am this is going to be my 4th year teaching, but my 3rd year in middle school. And so most of the stuff that I do now, it is like, I wouldn't say I'm a Pinterest classroom. However, it is, I guess, Pinterest worthy. It's just more the fact that everything I have in my classroom, it may be decorative, but it also is useful. And I use things for a reason. So when I start doing the setup, again, I had to move classrooms. So I'm still at the same school. I just had to move classrooms because I hired a new science teacher, and I was in an old science room, and now they're converting it back to a science room. So I have to go to one of the math rooms, and it's much smaller. So kind of disappointed in that, but excited in the fact that I have to, or I get to redecorate it, and I have new things that I've added in. So thank you for watching. If you like Harry Potter, please like and subscribe. I did add my Amazon wish list for my classroom. It's things that eventually I would like to get. Eventually. So things that we will do. All right. Thank you.